Welcome into the Meltdown. Happy to be here with you on this terrific Tuesday. Another round of 10 with Tim. We'll ask our panel the personal questions that need to be answered. With the Summer Olympics continuing, we will find out which events are the most entertaining to watch as another Luntz's List goes for the gold. And today's Meltdown Draft, we'll take a look at the very best types of chips that you can find at the gas station or the grocery store. What will be the first few picks off the board? You'll have to stick around to find out. It's all happening right here on The Meltdown as we are presented by MyBookie, broadcasting live from the Culver studio.
Two big boys in a tiny studio, teaching you and me about everything they know to make sound. A meltdown, it's the meltdown, time for the meltdown, coming for the meltdown, let's start.
Welcome in, all of you beautiful Meldonians, to this land of Meldonia that we call home each and every day. 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. So happy to have you on board with us over the next hour and a half or so as we are looking to tackle a lot of different subjects, including, John, what you had for lunch. Because you had some lovely Culvers here in the studio. We can all still smell it as it wafts through the air in a lovely way, as Culver's is something that we can't get enough of. We are actually going to be out at Culver's a week and a day from now. Looking forward to that. And they also have the J.J. Watt meal, which you may have heard about, a double deluxe side of cheese curds, a root beer, and 2 scoops turtle sundae with chocolate custard. It is J.J. Watt's personal meal that he gets, and it is something that is going to lead to some charitable efforts as well, as he is making sure that he's partnering up with Culver's to where every single purchase is going to lead to a donation to his charity. It's a great time, it's a great meal, and it's great to go to our friends there at Culver's, John.
It is. I ate it today. I still have a couple left because I didn't want something to face too bad for the show, so I saved some fun for after the show. And, looking forward to being out there next Wednesday.
Yes, absolutely. We also have E.G. back in the saddle here with us today. E.G., welcome back to the Meltdown, my friend.
Thank you. It's been a while, guys.
It has been, and I have heard nonstop about how you got screwed over during the first ever Meltdown draft, which was our desserts draft, and I have heard from countless people that you should have had a chance to better represent your picks, and I hope we don't fall into any problems today. We have an outside arbiter, if there's any sort of drama, that we can bring in to make a decision.
I think that's a great decision in this draft decision. I wasn't hurt per se. I understood why last time happened. There were some nuances with cupcakes to wedding cakes. I'm really glad the aggressors are standing up for me, and I'm excited for my pick this week. It's been a long time coming, and I'm excited for the opportunity to showcase my skills again.
If I don't win today, I hope you win today, just to get the absolute knives out of my back that have been put there by all the people who call themselves aggressors. We have Rockstar here. So happy to have Rockstar back with us. Rockstar,
Thanks.
How you holding up this week?
I'm holding up.
That's good.
A little stopped up. It's only been about a week, but I'm holding up.
You'll get through it. You'll get through
got
to
a bit
the
of a
other
cough,
side.
but I'll make sure to do it in the mic.
Okay. Well, you and Tyler will be sharing a microphone, so if Tyler goes down, we know why. I want to introduce producer Tyler in a brand new segment that we're going to call Tyler's Tidbits.
What?
Yes.
Oh my
brand new
gosh.
segment.
Yeah, boy.
That's exactly how we're going to start. We're going to leave it just like that, and Tyler's going to run through some quick entertainment headlines for us. Tyler, what you got?
First off, House of the Dragon. We all know it. We all love it, except for EG. Not a shot at you. You just haven't seen it.
No, that's okay.
It has been officially confirmed for 4 seasons, and that will be the finale of the series. This will not go on for 8 seasons like Game of Thrones did. We're going about half that. Next off, we got the Stranger Things Broadway play scheduled to open next spring.
Interesting.
It's called The First Shadow, and it is a prequel to the Netflix series, also produced by Netflix. And this will tell the story of the city of Hawkins when Joyce and Officer Hopper were still in high school.
According to Laurel Lunsford, you should go audition for the role of Eddie.
Yeah. That has been my nickname from her since I got here.
Don't know that Eddie will be in the prequel of that, but hey, you can play a younger Eddie, even though he's in high school, I guess.
Next off, a more serious story. Video game actors from SAG are now on strike over the discussion of AI inclusion in video games. They began striking on the Friday, July 26th, after worker protections discussions around AI broke down. And so this has put a lot of game studios in delays, whether it's the small indie studios or the big studios like your Take-Two, Rockstar, Bethesda, all of them.
This crippled the film industry last year. John, do you see this crippling the video game industry this year?
No, because I'd say a large number of games that are actually enjoyed by people are independent titles that don't need unions. Just that's a very blunt.
You're going to see a lot more subtitles from characters in games,
Yeah.
and much less actors.
That's a very blunt way of putting it.
Yeah.
Also, games nowadays take 6 years plus to develop. If we're talking these AAA titles like your Call of Duties, like your Skyrims, your
Now, if they're a
GTAs.
month away from GTA 6 and this then holds it up, then,
Yeah.
well, we've already waited for about 30 years. So
I hope
let's-
the
let's
work has
another
been
couple of
done.
years.
I hope
Yeah.
the work has been done to this point.
That's definitely true. Now, some exciting film news. We've got a new biopic in the works. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's company have acquired the screenplay for the story of Hulk Hogan and Gawker. Gawker was a news site, for those who don't know, that went down after Hulk Hogan sued them for posting a video of Hulk Hogan and the wife of Bubba the Love Sponge. Choke trying to say that.
I thought it was a French version. Bubba le lunch or whatever. I don't know.
It will be called Killing Gawker. Gus Van Sant, the director of Good Will Hunting, is set to direct this one. And right now it is rumored that Ben Affleck will play Hulk Hogan. But nothing is confirmed
Yeah,
yet.
that's going to be intensely awkward for sure.
And that's all I've got for Tyler's
There is a good
Tidbits today.
documentary on that, though, called Nobody Speak. I do recommend everybody goes watch.
Hulk Hogan is the one individual that looks the most like a human hot dog from
He
his
does.
skin color.
Yeah.
Very
He looks
much.
like he's made of leather.
Yeah.
We have
Very
James
leathery.
who says, hello, fellow Meltdonians. Hope everyone is well. Hello, James. We have Josh saying, good about House of the Dragon. Most shows should end after 4-ish seasons. I just wonder how long it's going to take to get to that 4th season because I worry. I worry because we waited a long time for season 2.
2029.
You think so? That's going to be a
We get a
hot-
whole extra
2029?
season of Harrenhal acid trips.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Well, it'll take a couple years, so it'll be 2026 before season 3 comes out. And if they're going to really go big, it could take even longer potentially. And then you're talking about another couple years.
They're
Wow.
looking at starting production early next year for season 3. So hopefully that speeds it up, but
I'll
probably
stick by
not.
2029. Yeah.
If you wanted to know what we thought of season 2, our spoiler-filled review of the season, it's up. Brian Pavlik joined the council, and we have all of that conversation there for you right here on the Meltdown channel. We also have Hunter in the chat saying, shout out to EG for matching the phone case with the fit.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. I
Was
don't.
that intentional?
Actually, me and Kelsey were talking about this today. This was not intentional. It just happens when I wear this outfit, but I don't typically match my phone cases to my outfits.
Okay. That would be
Typically.
extra. That would be very extra
Wait, can I
effort.
input something real quick?
Please.
My ESPN alert, guess what it's about?
The Braves.
No, it pertained to you guys.
How is that? Hold on. How's that a bad guess? By the way, just simply because you host a Braves podcast called
The Pennant Grace.
There we go.
Thank you.
Which you can find on Disrupt Media.
The Pop-Tarts Bowl and the future of college football's postseason.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the Pop-Tarts Bowl. It is my favorite bowl. I would not strive if I was a college program to get into the college football playoff. I would want to be in the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Do you guys
They
wanna-
had a candlelight vigil at the ACC kickoff for the Pop-Tart.
I sent some photos of that to Lunsford and Tim. But this is what they say about it. Nobody's going to forget the frosted strawberry descending into the toaster. Matt Repchak, Chief Marketing Officer for Florida Citrus Sports, the host of the Pop-Tarts Bowl, said that may be all of our legacies. But at the end of it, there's people who made memories while they were here, and we just want to be a fun part of the college football calendar. So you guys may get more Pop-Tart Bowls.
Can we have a Pop-Tart Bowl watch party whenever it happens?
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
Will everyone commit? That's the question.
can't wait for that great, ACC, Big Ten, 8th team
I'm there
down
for the
line.
Pop-Tart action,
Yeah, I
not
can't
Yeah.
go. I just looked. I can't do it.
not the football teams.
Yeah.
Can't make it?
Nope. It's on a Tuesday this year.
Okay, let's go into 10 with Tim. I've got 10 questions. We have a
Yeah,
panel
remember since we
here
said
of
Wednesday.
people with personal
Curious,
experiences that want to give their life input to us. Let's go ahead with question number 1. Rockstar, what restaurant has the best complimentary bread that is still in existence? So Quincy's would not be allowed to be
it's
answered.
in existence.
In existence currently. Best complimentary bread. They bring it out. You go, this is really
Outback.
good bread. Outback with the darker bread there.
Yeah.
Or the what's the one with the peanuts on the ground?
Logan's.
Logan's.
Okay.
Ooh.
E.G.,
is good.
while Tyler gets the microphone, I'm going to go to you.
Longhorns.
Longhorn. I don't like the Longhorns bread.
I like it when
don't.
it's fresh. It has to be really piping hot. Like the
okay.
butter has to melt on it.
I don't like bread where I could crack a tooth, which, by the way, we'll tell you a little bit later about if you crack a tooth, where you should go. But I don't know. I feel
Not
that way at
Longhorns.
Longhorns. What is your choice for best complimentary bread currently available?
There's an Irish pub in Pensacola and Destin called McGuire's.
McGuire's!
It's an
Kiss the
Irish.
moose!
It's an Irish black bread, and they have this honey butter with it. It is delicious. Yes, they've got a
So,
bus there. Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to McGuire's. Is it a fun time, Tyler? You like it?
I mean, it's an Irish pub. It's really good food if that's what you're looking
Now
for.
I'm less
but
excited.
but not by fun. There's not like
A nightlife vibe?
In
yeah.
there,
There's not a
I'm
nightlife
looking
vibe. There's
for
no
a rave.
singing and
I'm
dancing.
looking for some good food. Do they have a club sandwich? Does McGuire's have a club sandwich? Do you know? You don't know?
I can't remember if they have a club sandwich, but the burgers are really good.
So McGuire's, they run a commercial down there. I'm a junkie for going to the beach and watching like the closed circuit beach TV. Like I will just sit there for hours and watch
Yeah.
it on loop to where I've memorized what's coming up next. And everybody's like, "You want to go to the beach?" I'm like, "No, I'm watching beach TV." And they have a McGuire's commercial that airs almost every 3 minutes, and it is about kissing the moose.
Oh yeah, yeah. that's
McGuire's, kiss the moose.
Yeah, they got a giant moose head, and it's tradition that people kiss the moose, and also like pin $1 to the ceiling.
Tyler, you were literally the only person making eye contact with me during this segment. Let's go to John Lunsford. John, who has the best complimentary bread?
Are the cheese biscuits at Red Lobster complimentary?
Yes,
Ooh.
that is
That.
that.
Cheddar
You just
Bay
won that
biscuits.
draft
Wow.
today. Congratulations, John.
I couldn't remember if you had to buy them or not.
Those are incredible.
Once again, I said still in existence, and as of this recording, that is
It
the
is still
case
there.
with Red Lobster. We move on to question number 2.
Flavor Flav's helping out with that.
Tyler, if you could snap a selfie with one animal that could easily kill you, but I promise you that 100% it would not, what animal would you choose to snap a selfie with?
It's tough.
It would not hurt me in any way.
Nope. Wouldn't maim you,
I have,
wouldn't
like
kill
top
you.
3.
But you could get a selfie with it. You just got to have nerves of steel and trust that the deal is good. But it would not hurt you.
I'm gonna go with a gorilla.
A gorilla.
Like if you're posted up with a big silverback,
would you want it to hold you?
I mean, you've guaranteed that it's not going to hurt
Not
me.
going to hurt you.
Yeah, I'll
There's
chill
no
with it.
trick here. So you would allow a gorilla to nestle you in its arms while we took a picture. This sounds, we got to make this happen.
This is like the
now.
gorilla with the cat, but instead it's Tyler in his
Tyler.
arms instead.
Can we Photoshop that? Can you get that going before the end of the show? E.G., what would be your
So
animal?
the first one, I'm going to go with, I'm going to say 3. I'm just going to do it. I'm sorry. Polar bear. But I'm envisioning like one of those like Russian like hat like things you're talking about, where it's like a circle. I don't know what that's called.
Like Tyler's trivia hat. Yeah.
Yeah,
very
exactly. So I'd be wearing that. It'd be in the Arctic. A lion, of course, and then a little crazy, like a giant great white shark.
Compared to a smaller great white shark?
Yeah, like
Just a
like
white
a yeah, a
Meg?
giant. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay. John, EG's actually thought about that question a lot. John, what would be your answer?
Mine would be shark
See,
out of the water, like coming out of the water and like, you know,
Reaching?
like, you know, posing with it as Jaws is coming out. Instead of coming to eat me, he's just coming to
So
get
are
some air.
you in the water or are you on a boat?
I'm in the water.
So you're.
Like, so instead of the shark like coming to attack me, I'm in the water and it's like,
Oh, I see. Okay,
You know.
yeah.
Are you ever changing your profile picture to anything else in the history of your life after
No.
getting that
Can
shot?
you
That's a great
Photoshop
shot.
that one as well?
yeah,
Just get on it.
yeah, me and Jaws. You know.
Rockstar,
Blue whale.
you have brought up the blue whale a lot.
See,
You
I
are
thought
obsessed.
I was going to say something
Animal
like
in the
that,
history
but
of the
it's
world. Just the
too big to get a selfie of. Like,
You wanna
size
be
of
in its
a whale.
mouth?
Oh no, but like just they only eat baleen. Come on, just had to be a forced perspective thing, or like a drone picture.
I don't know why I
the mass
imagine him
size.
sitting like this on top of
Exactly.
on top of the blowhole.
No, just
Yeah.
knee deep in his blowhole, like because
Yeah.
they could fit in it. I think I said a baby could fit in their blowhole. They're so big. But yeah, blue whale.
Okay, next question.
Wow.
EG, do you believe you get targeted advertisements based on private conversations you have?
1,000,000%.
No doubt.
No doubt in my mind.
It's not a conspiracy. It
No,
is
that is-
very much.
That is a.
You're having a
epidemic.
conversation, and then next thing you know, you
Yep.
look down at your phone, and all
I
of
will
a sudden
think
you see-
something and it appears.
Okay, so you even think it's
It's-
Professor Xing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on the books.
Really hard to follow that one.
John,
Yes, and I will just stop. I won't say it's in my mind.
okay, here's what I want. Give me Rockstar. You're probably gonna be
Banana
the
boat
best
sunscreen.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
that's what it is now. Banana boat sunscreen. Man, I'd
Hold
love
on,
to
I
purchase-
think I got EG's ad here because it's a thing for PowerPoint.
Oh my gosh. We were talking about PowerPoints out there.
Oh, you were. I was out
I
there when
made
you
a
were talking
joke
about
about
that. So
that, too.
yeah, so that's what it heard.
banana boat sunscreen. Okay, we'll see
Sorry,
if that
I
happens.
jumped on that rock. Yeah.
Now, when I get the advertisement, I'm going to screenshot
Yeah.
it. I'm going to send it to you. Okay,
Soc-
Rocky.
there's a soccer game on here, and I came in and asked, "Hey, is America winning? I bet on soccer today." So,
Weird.
yeah, and
any-
I hate soccer.
and
so
all of us are just cool with this?
No,
like being the norm?
we're
all of us
not.
are good with this?
you know what? I'm cool with it because I'd rather see ads that I'd like as opposed to ads I don't want to see.
Fair enough.
Yes, because for example, there's that Jurassic Quest going on right now at the BJCC, and my wife had asked me, should we go there this weekend? I was like, sure, we can go there this weekend because it said limited tickets. I opened Facebook for something. The first ad I had was for Jurassic Quest.
Weird.
First ad.
You can sit on the blowhole of a whale at this event.
Kid, you really?
I don't think you can, but
Okay.
that would be very exciting. Tyler, do you believe 1,000% your phone listens to your off-phone conversations and then adjusts your ads accordingly?
Yes, those companies have admitted to doing so.
It's no longer a secret, I guess. It's not right. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But it is the way that we consume our media now. Let's go ahead and move on to this question. Number 4. Tyler, the worst bout of food poisoning you've ever had came from what?
It came from a fast food seafood restaurant.
Oh.
We both know which one. You were talking about that place earlier today.
Yeah.
Actually, put me in the hospital. Actually,
Oh wow.
Oh my
when
gosh.
I was like 3 years old.
I'm sorry. I feel bad about asking the question now. Well, Tyler, I'm glad that you recovered and that you're here with us, but that's very unfortunate. Have you gone there since?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
I understand. You've learned your lesson. EG, trying to hide a yawn. What is
No,
your...
no. Stop.
Was I incorrect? Was I lying?
This question's not near as good as the selfie one. Apparently, she had multiple answers ready to go. This one's like,
The worst bout of food poisoning you've ever had came from what?
I've never gone to the hospital, thankfully, but Thai food in Statesboro. It's horrible.
When you think of Thai food, you think of Statesboro. I would think like that's got to be the Thai food capital of the South.
Yeah. Ew. I still can't even.
Lunsford. Was I with you when you had your worst bout of food poisoning ever, or have you had worse?
Independence Day?
Yeah, Independence Day Resurgence.
That's probably top 5.
The movie was already bad, but
the 2 worst I've had both revolve around casinos.
Oh, Lord.
One was in Las Vegas. I got sick from the Cosmopolitan buffet. It was right before we went to go see Lady Gaga. And I was sitting there. We had floor.
You about showing her your vomit face?
Like, we were in the pit.
He was going goo for Gaga.
Yeah.
We were in the pit having to stand up, and the whole time I'm like, the whole time like I'm about to explode. And like the minute that the problem is she held Shallow and some other really good song for the encore, and I'm like,
Stop singing.
please end. I have to hear these songs, so I got to stay through the encore. But that was number 2. Number 1 was at Pearl River at a place called Mama and Nim's. Is what it's called. M-A-M-A.
You're making this
N
up.
apostrophe E-M. It's just like Mama and Nims, but
Mama
it's like
Nims.
said very southern, like Mama
Does this
and
place
Nims.
still exist?
I think so. I mean, I have not been back since this because it was traumatizing. I was there with a couple of fellow poker club members, and I thought, don't know why, they had instead of like a Philly cheesesteak, it was like with short rib instead. It tasted incredible. It was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life.
You should leave a review.
And then we went and played blackjack for a little bit.
Yeah.
Went and played craps for a little bit.
Yeah.
We really did. I played craps probably more than anything that night.
Yeah.
In 2 ways. And then I thought, it's like, do we want to go to the poker room? Well, it was late. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that food's not sitting well with me. I'm going to go upstairs. So I went upstairs. And I went in the bathroom about 11. I did not leave until my wife that next morning at 7 a.m. was like, for the love of God, we're leaving. We're supposed to stay all weekend. For the love of God, we're leaving. We left. And believe it or not, this right here is what got me back to feeling normal. Because this is like the whole, get fluids in you, get
electrolytes
rehydrated. Because when you have that happen, you very much, are dehydrated. And it was so bad. I've never been in such pain in my life. And I didn't go to the hospital. I probably should have, but I was like, I'm going to fight through this, and it was rough.
Yeah. Russell says a friend of mine and I used to make homemade wine. We once made a batch and forgot to filter it. Never been sicker. We have Charles that says, I thought I had food poisoning at a casino in Tunica. Turns out it was a kidney stone. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Your favorite place in Tunica, I got food poisoning at too. That's probably also top 5.
Well, it no longer exists now. So I hope
Is
you
that
and
the
Guy
club
Fieri are
sandwich?
happy.
Thank God.
The club sandwich place?
The club sandwich place is gone thanks to Guy
I used
Fieri.
to always get
coming in.
nachos, and the last time I ever ate there, it got me.
Great.
Anyway, continue.
Rockstar. Worst food poisoning you've ever had?
I wouldn't call it food poisoning. I've had a lot of these. I've had a bad stomach. I went to a Christmas party on 280 for a friend, and the wife made haystacks. And I gorged myself on those haystacks.
Oh, no.
And it's like
Peanut butter.
butterscotch.
Yeah.
Those little Asian dry noodles thing. It's really good. I ate too many of them. And the party was downstairs. I go upstairs to the wife and I say, where's the bathroom? It's like, it's right downstairs. Like, no. Where's the bathroom? She looked at me. She showed me the bathroom, not the master bathroom, but close to it. And I lost my mind. I did not tell anybody bye. I got out, went in my car. I made it to Chevron just past here, which is about a quarter of a mile. Hit Chevron very hard.
Oh, no.
Came out, got all the way down to, I lived in Hoover at the time, and I got all the way on the interstate to a Shell station. Stopped at the Shell station. Lost my mind. Drenched in sweat. Get home. Jeff Daniels at the Dumb and Dumber barely make it home, and there's about 3 or 4 more times, and I have not had haystacks since.
Well, I'm
Didn't go to the hospital.
Sorry that occurred.
If I'd had an orange tux or blue tux, whichever one he was wearing, I would have looked just like Jeff Daniels in mine too.
I mean, flush, you bastard.
So the worst food poisoning I had was Sam's Club potato salad.
Oh.
You can stop there. I understand.
They sold it in these tubs,
Ugh.
and I ate, not directly out of the tub, but I scooped and ate some potato salad. And we had a trip planned the next day. And this was recently. This was like a year and a half ago. And it didn't make me sick to the point where I had to go to the bathroom, but it like murdered me to where I could not walk or function or like and we were taking our daughter to like a Broadway style play that night, and I had to leave during the intermission because I was just a zombie. People probably thought I was on drugs because
it's potato salad.
I was laying in the lobby of the theater, and then in the theater, I was like looking like I needed some sort of reviving, and I had to leave.
Is this some new virus? No, it's Sam's Club potato salad.
I had to leave. It was so bad. So the Sam's Club potato salad got me pretty bad there. Also, I mean, my wife, I had to have her do the driving, and it was rough. Okay, next question. We're going to go with EG last on this. Okay. So, John, how many current Major League Baseball players could you name? Honestly.
Maybe 10.
You think? Like, you really think that?
Maybe 10. I would say between 5 and 10.
Okay. I'd say that's safer. How many current Major League Baseball players could you name, Rockstar?
First, look at disgust.
First and last name?
First and last name. Active players. So, like, Derek
10?
Jeter wouldn't count.
Yeah. Or reason I think I could get to 10 is because I tried to pull a few A's out to make fun of Forster for the White Sox losing.
I could do 7 or 8.
Tyler, I'm going to assume you're taking the under from both of those.
Oh, absolutely. To be honest, I was looking at pictures of haystacks. These look delicious. they look amazing.
Does haystack play in the Major League?
I would engorge myself on those. But I could probably name maybe 3 baseball players current.
Rockstar's latest food poisoning, sorry.
You got Ronald Acuna. You got Shohei Ohtani. And then
I could have done those two.
Is that it? That's all you got?
Isn't there an Ozuna that
Yes.
plays for the Braves?
This is our Pennant Grace thumbnail maker right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I could do Ronald Acuna. I could do, is it Marcelo Ozuna?
Marcelo Ozuna.
Oh, crap.
I'm glad we're not drafting baseball players
I know.
today.
Clayton Kershaw, does he still play?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
JP Sears because he pitched last night for the A's.
Go A's. We're
Mookie
lifelong
Betts.
fans.
You know Mookie Betts.
Oh, I do know Mookie Betts. He used to play for the Red Sox.
Don't help him. Confirm.
Angels. Hasn't won anything.
Mike Trout.
Yep.
Oh, Bryce Harper.
Yep. Phillies.
I know that name.
Does Steven Strasburg still play?
Yeah, unsure.
He doesn't play well.
He doesn't play well.
Okay, so
Paul Konerko, does he still play? He was a White Sox player.
Jose Altuve.
Altuve, yeah.
EG, you could name more baseball players than all these 3 combined.
I'll leave it
That's
at
fair.
that. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We don't have to put a number on it. Okay, next question.
I don't think I fit 10.
John, if the lottery was available here in Alabama, how
Yes.
often do you think you'd play?
Yes.
Daily, weekly, monthly, or never?
Yes.
You'd play daily?
I would play daily, probably.
Okay. Tyler, if the lottery was available here in the state of Alabama, how often do you think you'd play? Daily, weekly, monthly, never?
I'd probably just do weekly, but I do where you buy multiple drawings.
Okay, I understand that. I technically would count that for every drawing you had to be another week that you're playing, so that's good. Rockstar, how often would you play the lottery if it was available here in Alabama?
EG's like you.
Was yearly an option?
Was what?
Was yearly an option?
Yearly is an option, yeah.
I'll do either monthly or yearly. Probably
Basically,
more
when
on
the jackpot gets real
like
big.
every 6 months. Oh no, it's just like I just no.
So I wouldn't do daily. I would buy for that draw, but then there's like 2 or 3 draws a week. So
Yeah.
I guess I would do.
Yeah.
I would do every draw, but that
I was
doesn't
counting scratch-offs
Doesn't
and
necessarily
stuff like
mean
that.
daily. I mean, yeah, I'm not a big scratch off person. If you count me and my wife, she does scratch offs, but it'd probably be daily.
Okay.
Would you, if they had, just to sabotage this real quick, if they had a what the hell are the machines? Slot machines where you pick your, what is it, 7 numbers?
I've never done that. Slot machine.
How many numbers do you pick for your lottery for that?
Oh, 6. Well, 5 and there's like a.
Yeah,
So if you pick 6
Powerball,
random
whatever.
numbers and you just go to your slot machine and there's 6 numbers, would you play that every day? Or you just like, my 6 numbers, I'm going to keep them the 6 numbers and
Well,
see
I
if it
never
hits.
pick my numbers. I always just get them randomized. So that's I assume
All
that's
right.
essentially the
Little
same
sheet.
thing.
You're a sheet.
I just walk up and say, "Give me $20 for the Powerball,"
Yeah.
and they just generate the numbers and all for me.
E.g., you lived in a state where
did.
the lottery was a thing,
Yep.
and it still is a thing, but you live here now where it is not a thing.
Nope.
So you're not tempted to play the lottery. You're only tempted to play poker in John's basement. My question to you is, how often would you play the Alabama lottery? Because you're kind of numb to it, I would think.
Yeah, I am. And it paid for my college, though, so I think y'all should get it, the Hope Scholarship. But that was
Why don't you run for office on that plan, and we'll see what we can do.
Maybe. You guys might see me in a political arena soon. We'll see.
What?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Here or in Georgia.
We've got an election coming up. Is this candidates? We got a VP already.
It's in a couple of months.
Don't you need to make it on Jeopardy first? I mean, you have so many big goals.
I do. But that was one thing when I moved here. I didn't realize that Alabama didn't have a lottery. I just didn't really think about it. So I thought it was really interesting, the desire for it, because I am numb to it. We play when it's like big, but other than that, like we get them in our stockings or Easter eggs.
Next time you go across state lines.
I can do an order.
No.
Oh.
Hear me out. Next time you go across state lines, I want you to just take a glance in the first parking lot you see of a gas station across state lines and see how many Alabama tags there are. Because I promise you it's going to be like, wow.
Oh, on 20, the minute you cross over, there's a place that's specifically for it. It's
Really?
Yeah, there's a gas station on one side that I always usually go to. There's another one that's strictly for the lottery. I mean,
Wow.
they sell like food and
Right.
stuff too. But it's
Florida, Georgia,
always
Tennessee, and
Alabama.
Mississippi love our state's gambling dollars.
And they will spend every penny possible to keep us from ever getting the lottery.
That is correct.
I think y'all should
Or
get
casinos.
it for the scholarship benefits. It would help y'all tremendously.
Well, you know what?
Yes.
Until then,
Alabama's currently in 1802 though, so
thankfully we have MyBookie, John, our title sponsor.
that is right. That's where I go play. I went and played baseball today, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. None of the White Sox to win. It ends tonight. Just you wait.
Gosh. Okay. I hope for Scott's sake that is the case.
Only because odds are so crazy, you can win some money if it does happen.
Next question. This will be a quick one.
Alrighty.
Rockstar cubed or crushed ice? You have the option.
Cubed.
Ooh, I feel like that's the minority vote there of the cubed ice over the crushed. Tyler looking
Crushed
disgusted.
ice.
He's going crushed.
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 Thank
Crushed.
you, EG.
Yep.
You know what it means by when someone has that good ice? You know what I'm talking about?
Chick-fil-A.
Pellet.
Chick-fil-A
You're talking
is-
about
Yeah, that good
pellet
ice.
ice is good. Crushed ice is just too much. Pellet ice is there. At least there's a formation. Crushed
Pellet.
ice is just literally crushed ice.
Yeah.
Like somebody just stepped on it and threw it in a cup.
I like that. As long as it was like not
I want.
stepped on.
It's like as close to a snow cone as I can get it. No. Just put,
That's what I want.
yeah.
But like
I literally, if I'm going to drink a Coke,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I would rather get an icy than like
Oh.
a Coke icy as opposed to a Coke, because then that's very finely crushed ice essentially.
But you're
and
also
that-
talking to a guy that only drinks water essentially. So
You need to go
I mean,
try
yes.
some Culver's ice because you would love it. It's like, I think it's going to be perfect for you.
Okay.
Rockstar. Get some Culver's ice.
I got you.
All right, next question. Is laser tag fun or overrated, Rockstar? Fun or overrated, laser tag?
Overrated. I mean, I did it once and it was not. You got one guy taking it too seriously, like doing like barrel rolls and everything. Like, dude, we were in 6th grade. And no, it's not fun at all.
I get in
At
there,
all.
I hold my ear and I yell, echo, 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 and it's like, what does that mean?
I'll just find a hiding spot and just not shoot.
You're a pacifist in the laser tag arena? Tyler, laser tag fun or overrated? Because I have a feeling you would be like pulling out knife attacks and stuff in there. I feel like it would be very intense, your strategy.
I was never that big into laser tag. It was always something like I really like the idea of it, but I don't know if it's the laser tag places we have where, your gun might not work for half the match.
That would,
Or
yeah.
like some of the vests they don't have the right sensors, or those are broken, so it's not scoring
There's always
properly.
those people trying to cover their sensors too,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, oh man, I had you dead to rights. Okay, EG.
I think I was probably the person that Rocky is describing when I played laser tag, I'm going to be honest. But I agree with Lionel that it's annoying when the gun doesn't work
Yeah.
or the vest situation, but I really did enjoy it.
So we are now 2-1 on laser tag here. Where are you on laser tag, Mr. John Lunsford?
Only one place in town has ever truly done laser tag right, and that is Qzar. Qzar was
Anytime he gets a chance to talk about Qzar, he's gonna
incredible.
talk about it.
I spent every day during the summers as a child at Qzar. The vests were full, like
Tactical.
Yeah, and then the guns were like legit big guns. It wasn't like little pew pew. It was like, no, I'm gonna
They were real laser
get after
guns.
it. They were real. I mean, they would literally burn a hole through you. It was incredible. The stage you played on, the map you played on, got to be small once you got to about 5th or 6th grade. So it would be very small for me now. But if QZAR still existed, I would still be going a lot to QZAR with all the little kids and pushing them away and doing everything tactical to try to win. And I believe the top rank, you got ranked in it, and I believe the top rank was Top Gun.
Yeah.
And it was always like, I have got to get Top Gun. And if I didn't, I was pissed, and I would pay and say, let's go again. I gotta win. I gotta be at top.
Where was this place? Because
It was in Wildwood and Homewood.
Okay.
It's
I might have gone then.
It's there's like a Office Max, and it was right next to Office Max.
I'm not sure if other places did it, but I remember a place I played laser tag at having that like ranking system where it was like Top Gun, like cannon fodder, all that sort of
I
stuff.
remember being a very young kid, probably 9, and I wanted to go through a haunted house alone because I really started to like horror stuff, right? And I'm like, I'm going to go through one alone on vacation in this random place. Y'all drop me off. I'm going to go through this haunted house. And they were like, okay, we trust that this is something you want to do. So I take one step in, and it's, Dracula's coffin room, and I'm in there completely alone, and it's very intimidating as a 9-year-old.
That was the last we ever saw of Tim.
And I'm looking around, and there's like, fake roaches going across the floor, and there's the crypt opening up and smoke, and I'm like, okay, and I'm set to walk through, and the door opens behind me, and it's the attendant, and he goes, hey, we actually need one more to play laser tag. Can you come do that instead? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I went to go play laser tag the rest of the time. So that was my laser tag.
And it was
experience.
at that moment you decided that you were going to be on the other side of the haunted house.
Correct.
In the costume and makeup.
Correct. And now I terrify other people. People don't know what to do when they get to me in the haunted house. They freak out. It's the men
Jim
that
definitely
freak
didn't.
out.
Are you actually a haunted house?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like a seasonal gig you get?
Well, yeah. Yeah, around Christmas time, EG. Okay, here we go.
Also, laser tag places
Do you-
have incredible arcades too.
Are you like contracted to
They
one
usually
haunted
do
house,
that.
or do you bounce around?
No, I'm pretty loyal to one haunted establishment. Yeah, I'm pretty loyal.
Free
I'll
agent.
get you and Mikey to come through. It'll
Tim,
be a
we
lot
need
of
you to
fun.
come scare this kid straight. Come over here, and he like does like private gigs and stuff.
Tell you, it freaks a lot of people out when I turn a corner.
What do you wear? I'm sorry, I did not know this about you.
No, I am a evil doctor that has blood all over me and stuff, and a evil surgeon. I think they call me Dr. Hightower.
Where'd you get your degree? What's your what's your
Where'd
specialty?
I go to med school?
Yeah, where'd you get your?
It's just some back alley somewhere with a couple of wrenches. It works. Okay, I don't have a whole backstory with my character, but here we go. Next question. Have you ever been in any type of dispute with a homeowners association, Rocky?
Yes, I wanted to install I had a nasty townhouse, and
Hold on, a nasty town hose?
yeah, well, same thing as this place where the guy hung himself.
That's the next question.
Yeah, the guy next door, the guy hung himself. The bedroom would get so hot. I have to be so cold at night.
Yeah.
And my air conditioner was the second story would not get air conditioning. So I was like, I'm going to get a window unit. And I went to the board and they said like, no, it's going to make it tacky and all that stuff. I was like, there's a guy next door to me that has like a teeny tiny little satellite dish. And you're talking about like, there's people that have like flags, like Cuban flags on their deck.
It's
And
never consistent.
and I'm going to make mine unattractive by having a air conditioner, a wall unit, a window unit, and they had to vote and everything, and I was really upset about that. So that was my dispute, and did not like that place. Lived there for like 13 years.
I don't think your story's going to be topped here. John, have you ever had any sort of homeowners association or a dispute with a homeowners association?
Yes, I have. My first house was in a little neighborhood that we had a homeowners association. Thank God I don't have one now. But my house was situated next to an empty lot because as the road kind of curves, depending on where your house is, some lots aren't quite big enough to build a house on. Well, this one, you probably could have built a very small house, but it was like, not worth it. We're not going to build a house. So I had an empty lot next to mine. Well, the lot kind of ramped up on the side to where like almost kind of had like a natural grass wall almost before the lot next to me. Well, I got an email or a letter from a homeowner association one day saying your yard is full of weeds. If you don't fix it, we're going to fine you. And I'm like, I don't think my yard's full of weeds. I have a long person who came and like cut the grass and everything. Well, then I went and looked, and they were counting the part of the ramp because where it ramped up was where my property line ended.
Yeah.
They were counting the lot next to me, which they are responsible for.
Correct.
Right.
it was full of weeds. And what it was doing, because I said my weeds were starting to spread to other houses. It was starting to spread to my house and to the house next to it and the house across the street because things would blow, just natural weather would blow it away. And they're like, no, you are responsible for your yard. And I said, my yard is fine. Now, if there's starting to be little sprouts coming up, it's because your yard is coming over to mine. And they're like, no, you're responsible for keeping everything. So if one weed pops up in your yard, then all of a sudden you're going to be responsible. And I'm like, but that's because your yard is not being taken care of.
Wow.
Y'all need to take care of your yard. And we started going back and forth, and they were ready to find me. And then I was like,
Did you just pull out a map and say, like,
well,
here's where it is?
I was ready to actually take them somewhere to like handle it and
Like court, right?
Yeah,
Not
that
some
sounded a
back-
lot
that
worse
sounded
than
like
just
a
saying
hit
we're
or
going to be a
something.
legal dispute.
What are you?
I left it up for debate. But
Don't get on John Lunsford's bad side.
it ended it pretty quickly at that point. And then they got mad at me for like one branch on one of my trees being dead. And I said,
All of a sudden you were a target at that point.
I said, we're not going through this again. And they're like, okay, we're not going through this again. Because they're like, oh, it's you. Because the thing is, they just have people drive through and just random people for the homeowner association be like,
Yeah.
that person's violation, that person's violation, and they give it to the homeowner association, and then they just write out letters.
So
to
there's people that just drive around and snitch on their neighbors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
that sounds terrible.
It's not, but it's not even snitching. It's more like it depends on what type of person you get that's looking, because they can literally find anything wrong with your house.
Anything.
If they
Yeah.
can find something that's wrong, like
Yeah.
the color of your stone doesn't go along with the proper.
Oh yeah,
code.
and one time I had a tree that was dying and starting to lean, and it could have fallen.
Your house.
and then they'll put a lien on your house if you don't pay
Yeah.
their fines. So I mean, it's a real deal.
Well, I had a tree that was
absurd.
dying and started kind of leaning, and I could tell this could fall, and if it fell the way it was leaning, it would go through a window potentially.
Yeah.
So I just cut the tree down,
Oh,
and
Lord.
they lost their minds.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's any little thing like that. It's like I was literally protecting my house that you want to look good for the neighborhood. This rotting tree leaning over that you think you want to get rid of, and because I got rid of it and made it look better, they're ready to find me for that too.
there's a lot of horror stories associated with this. E.g., have you ever had a homeowners association?
Well,
issue?
I don't own anything, but thank you. I think my parents have had some issues, but they actually are in court, so it's in that process.
Well, let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
then.
we can't really talk about it.
Tell him to call John. He'll
Yeah,
intimidate
y'all can
him.
lament.
And then, Tyler, I assume you don't have any sort of homeowners association horror stories in your life.
No, like EG, I own nothing.
Well, I hope in the future you guys have a good relationship with your homeowners association.
I like a homeowners association, truthfully.
You say that.
Well, I say that, but
Here's the
I
thing.
like the idea of it.
The idea of it is fine.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have one?
Yes.
So, not to get too in depth, but like where you live, you have a pool and you have a place that you can like rent out to like.
Correct.
You've had parties and all
Clubhouse.
there.
Gym. We have amenities.
So
we have a playground.
That money is
open
going
space.
to make those good
Yeah.
spaces to have. I had literally nothing in my neighborhood
You had a
except there was a little bitty playground, and that was it. That was basically a couple swings and a
Yeah,
slide.
you're
So
not
you're
wrong.
paying your dues for nothing.
And I was paying a ton of dues for them
To
to,
be
complain about
policed.
everything
Yeah.
and to be
Yeah.
policed. And so that was the one thing when Laurel and I looked for a house. Absolutely no homeowner association. If it exists, we're not moving there.
All right, we go here into the final question, and it really is to pay respects to John and something that he brought up a couple weeks ago right here on this very program. It was, I thought, the steal of the desserts draft, and that is cheesecake. Tyler, I want you to describe the perfect cheesecake to me.
Oh, so I'm gonna go with a strawberry cheesecake. I like a nice strawberry syrup, fresh strawberries on top of a cheesecake.
Very popular option. What's the perfect cheesecake, E.G.?
So this is gonna be very controversial. I'm okay with it. I actually had this recently. It was a crustless cheesecake. It was incredible.
How does that happen?
No crust,
That's the only good part of a cheesecake.
just the filling. And I don't like when the crust is too cinnamony.
How did it have structure to it? I mean, it
Well, the filling
was like a mold.
no, it was
Cheesecake's kind of thick. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
you
has
could
a nice-
kind of mold it a little bit, I guess.
So it's like a cheesecake custard almost.
But
No,
when
I
you
mean,
go
it's
to
the
take
same
a bite of
filling.
it, it doesn't collapse
no,
into.
no, because I mean it's dense. Cheesecake
Yeah,
filling
willing
is
to try
dense.
that.
Yeah, it was
willing to
good.
try
It was
that.
good.
What's the perfect cheesecake, John?
The crust is the best part to me. Now, I do not like just general cheesecake, but like at the Cheesecake Factory, I always get their Godiva chocolate cheesecake. The problem is it's two brands that are conflicting with each other. But if you could put Oreos in that, they have an Oreo cheesecake and they have a Godiva chocolate cheesecake. And if you could just merge those together, it'd be incredible. Because I am almost all strictly chocolate, so that would be chocolate overload while still technically eating a cheesecake.
We have been doing much better with our desserts here recently with Way to Wellness, Leslie and her board certified team. And every now and then, I have found that it's all about balance, and you can have that piece of cheesecake. You can have that piece of chocolate cake with the plans that we have. At least that's the way my plan's going, and I hope that's the way your plan is going as well, is we have tailor-made plans for us, and we are executing those, and it's been a very successful year partnering up with Leslie.
It has. You can go to aplanforme.com, and you can figure out what plan will work for you, just like Tim has that plan. Just like I have my plan. We're combined 90 pounds down, and there's Leslie in the background watching over us, making sure we're doing the right thing, and we are doing the right thing, which is why we've dropped all that weight. Look how happy Tim looks. Look how happy I look. You too can look happy like me, Tim, Jim Dunaway, my dad. The whole family is there. Go to aplanforme.com and learn more about Way to Wellness.
Rockstar Perfect Cheesecake is what? You're not really a cheesecake guy, are you?
No, it's too much, too heavy. The crust is the best part, the graham cracker crust. I'll probably go with Tyler with the strawberry and just make it heavily on the strawberry and hold off on the cheesecake part. It's just too filling, and it's just not something I was like, God, I love a whole cheesecake right now.
Man, I can go for some cheesecake for sure. Around New Year's especially, my wife makes a really, really good cheesecake, but she refuses to make it because it's tough to make. So.
It has to be very cold.
Yes, agree with that too.
Okay, from the perfect cheesecake to a perfect score, which Olympic competitions deserve to be on the podium of Luntz's list? John will now profile all of the most entertaining sports right now.
What is this? What is this? What's this? What's this? Oh, what is this? What is this? What's this? What's this? Oh, long since this to find, long since this to find, long since this to find, long since this to find.
All right, Mr. Lunsford, what are the 5 most entertaining summer Olympic sports to watch? We watched some of the Olympics last night at poker. Everyone was really enthralled with what was going on. How did you approach this list?
Yeah, a lot of spills last night in what we were watching. We had a whole debate. It's maybe it's in a tie for our biggest segment ever in Meltdown history. About debating tug of war and whether that should be an Olympic sport, because it used to be an Olympic sport. And there's a lot of stuff like that that's like, I bet that would be really fun to watch. But, as I was going through the sport list, that'd be fun to watch. Well, I honestly don't know that I've ever watched it. Oh, that'd be fun to watch. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. So I just went with things that, being in America, they're very selective in what they will show because they want to show things America will do good in. But overall, I'd say these are things that America does good in, and that have been really, especially this year, been pretty fun to watch.
Okay, let's start off with number 5. E.G., have you watched any of the Olympics so far?
Oh my gosh, every day.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
So you're
locked in.
Sort of primed for this list.
Yep.
The only Olympics I've watched was last night at poker, with it being on in the background.
Yeah, good pick.
Number 5, rugby. Now, I saw some video of somebody being lifted up by their shorts, and they make the catch, and then they bring him back down almost like a power bomb that doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Rugby, especially women's rugby this year for the U.S., they had a great run at the end to win bronze, I believe. Mm-hmm. It's fun. I like watching rugby in general. That is not something that's big in America because we have football, and this is as close to football as we can get to American football, not that other weird football that was on earlier today. But it's fun to watch the whole no pads, but you're still really getting into it. And I like the whole when they lock shoulders and are doing the pushing and then you roll the ball. I mean, the rules are still not quite in my wheelhouse, but
this has been my opinion of rugby for a long time, but maybe I'm wrong. Who is the Michael Jordan of rugby? Who is the Wayne Gretzky of rugby? Who's the Tony Hawk of rugby? Who's the Tiger Woods of rugby? Rugby doesn't have stars, and that's what really keeps it from popping off.
We just don't have rugby here. Like we don't have like a professional league.
Who is the Pele of rugby? Who are these people?
Antoine Dupont.
Is that correct?
He's a French player that
I'll take your word for it, but
I have no idea.
He sounds like the villain from Ricky Bobby. All right, let's go ahead and move on to number 4 of Luntz's list.
Antoine Dupont won 2021 Rugby Men's Player of the Year.
Well, now we know. Thank you very much.
It's in France, so obviously they've had a lot of France on TV with rugby. All right, number 4 on the list.
Do you have one that needs to desperately make the list? Like you feel very passionate about?
Yeah.
Don't tell me what it is
I
yet.
won't. Wow, I'm surprised this is at 4. It's a little high.
I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna call it sprints.
Like the 100 meters?
Yeah, like quick.
Yeah.
Swimming sprints.
These are electric.
Like I don't have one specific like the 100-meter freestyle.
You like the backstroke?
I like the medley, the relays especially. So like the 4x1 freestyle and the 4x1 medley where you have to do all of them: backstroke, breaststroke,
Butterfly.
freestyle, and butterfly. That's I like the quick action of they're in the water and a minute later they're done and it's like a race to the finish. Oh my gosh, who's gonna win? When you get to like, hey, we're gonna swim for 5,000 meters. I don't care about that. That may not exist. I don't know, but I feel like if it's long and more endurance, I don't care. But the quick stuff, and I feel like that's some of the first stuff they did, like the first weekend was that, because I know I watched the men's relay medal race, which the U.S. won. Like, it's just fascinating. The quicker it can be, almost the more fascinating it can be for me.
Okay. Swimming sprints at number 4. Where are we going for number 3? Are we staying in the water? Are we going somewhere else?
Would you
Going somewhere
guys
else.
consider Australia like a nemesis of ours?
Now, yes, especially when
Now? But like historically,
I don't know.
well, the Australians are like, oh my gosh, we have such a big rivalry with the United States. And it's like, I don't really care about you guys. Like, exactly.
They're a continent.
because like I know there's some girl that kept beating Katie Ledecky like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And of course she's like the most decorated female from America, to where because I know they did some video that kept showing it nonstop on
like,
NBC where it's like,
I
they
hate
have
the United States anthem, weirdo.
Keep going. They United.
This is making me want some of that Rockstar bread, some of that Outback free bread they bring. Come on now.
It's just right.
they were
The dingo ate my baby.
Take a picture with a shark.
all
Okay.
of you. Anyway, they did this whole video about how like whenever the U.S. brings their swimmers out, they like hit a cowbell. They're talking about like how stupid that is that Americans hit a cowbell when they come out to like celebrate their swimmers coming out.
Mississippi State fans are like, oh.
Yeah, and how bad they wanted to beat them, and then there's this one girl does like win a lot of stuff, and so it's like, oh, everybody's all about Katie Ledecky, and then she lost to this Australian that I think recently has become a rivalry.
Yeah, but I don't like, she didn't even, that girl, her name was Kate. She didn't even qualify for the Olympics, but she was talking about how like she hates when like the worst thing in the world when the United States flag goes up and the anthem starts in the USA, and I was like, whoa, girl.
Oh, I don't mess about right there.
Let's throw that shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Number 2.
we hadn't talked
I'm
about
sorry.
gymnastics.
Number 3, gymnastics. I thought that's what we were talking about the whole time.
We were talking about swimming. Gymnastics, especially the team event at the beginning. That's the one I feel like if you win that, then whatever else happens after that is gravy. Which the U.S. and women typically compete for and or win. I actually watched a lot of men's gymnastics this year. It's fascinating because they do a lot of different events. This one dude, I don't remember his name, just totally face planted on the uneven bars. It was so embarrassing. But then there's one guy who's really, really good at it. They do the rings, they do the pommel horse, they do a lot of different stuff compared to what the women do. So it's cool to see the different events and all. But overall, gymnastics is fun to watch. That's what we were watching last night at poker, as it was the primetime redo, so it already happened early in the morning. But everybody just happened to start watching right when Suni Lee was on the balance beam.
Oh my gosh.
And she just totally busted it. I mean, it was rough. But then every girl that went after her also busted too. And it was
The weird thing is,
did
after
any of
it
y'all
happened-
actually finish this?
After it happened, John yelled "Roll Tide," and I was like, "That's a little inappropriate."
I didn't yell "Roll Tide." I probably said what was worse. I said maybe she should come to Alabama and actually learn how to be a gymnast before next Olympics.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Anyway.
That was what needed to make the list for me, by the way, was gymnastics.
Yeah, it's
obvious equestrian is going to be one. I know it's going to
also
be one.
it's nice when America wins, and America
Yeah.
always competes even if they don't win. But a lot of
Number
times
1
wins.
should not be a debate.
Yeah, I think
Equestrian.
we all
We all know what number
I
1
think
should
we
be.
all know.
Archery.
Let's go to number 2.
Table tennis?
I don't know that this will be number 1 for everybody.
Number
It's
2?
an easy number 1 for me, but
No.
I like skeet shooting. I don't want to watch people skeet
This is like the most perfect lunches list for me.
Fencing?
Fencing's good. Fencing is super fun to watch.
Didn't a girl that was like 7 months pregnant? Did I see something like that?
Yeah.
I'm on the fence on this one.
What about I'm on the ing?
Fencing is fun to watch. I think the venue this year has been really, really good. It looks like it's in a train station. It's not. I honestly don't know what it is. I looked at the building and I can't really tell what it is, but it looks like it's in like a big train station, and there's like stands built up, and it's really tall and everything, and it's like you're playing in this big like dome, but you're fencing. The setup is really cool for it this year. It's also a quick sport that's fascinating to watch. It's just very back and forth, really, really fast. And, you know, this is a prime example of how the world of automation can help sports. I feel like, you know,
Especially baseball.
especially the baseball purists, no offense, that the whole automated strike zone, I feel like, is absolutely the way to go. They're testing in the NFL the automated first downs to where you don't have to come out and measure. The ball just tells you whether it's first down or not. But fencing, I feel like, has really gotten this to a T, because where you have to hit, they have sensors to where it can tell who ultimately got hit first. I bet it was a pain back in the day when you had to try to figure that out manually. But I really enjoy fencing. It's really, really fun. And, I mean, they're fighting with swords. It's like legit professionals fighting with swords.
Ballpoint pens.
It's still swords, and they're still whacking each other. And
Okay.
anyway,
It's now time for number one on Lunce's list.
it ain't basketball.
No, that's
No,
not. That
that's
was
not
not
mine.
mine.
I don't know if you're one basketball or not.
No.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Mine
Let's
is-
go.
It's one specific event.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the opening ceremonies.
By the way, Jeff, that's my answer as well. Absolutely.
Wait, let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No.
The 100-meter dash this year is maybe the single greatest Olympic event I've ever seen in my life. All 1 to 8 were all right at the finish line at the same time. The U.S. won after they went to a photo finish. It was incredible. If beach volleyball is what y'all want me to say,
Beach volleyball is
Beach volley-
1,000% the
It is.
answer.
all anybody cares about is to watch the girls, the sport itself. I could care less about watching volleyball.
No, it's the athletic prowess of what is on the screen.
Prowess of something else that y'all want to watch beach volleyball.
It is by far and away the most entertaining, and you just feel the.
You love men's beach volleyball, don't you?
I said
Exactly.
women's, like you like softball over baseball, but I'm
yeah,
not
but it ain't got
calling you.
nothing to do with that.
But I'm not calling you. You know, I'm not.
Trust me, it ain't got
I'm
nothing
not
to do with
throwing
that.
out innuendo like you are. Anyway, 100-meter dash.
100-meter dash. Go watch 100-meter dash from this year and tell me it's not one of the best Olympic single events you've ever seen in your life.
So, E.G., what was your needs to be number one choice?
Mine was just track and field overall.
Oh, okay,
So
you
I
kinda
agree.
fall in that category. Great.
There's a lot of track I enjoy because there's multiple sprints, hurdles. There's hurdle sprints. There's
Hammer throw.
I don't mind watching discus, shot put, stuff like that. That was what I did when I was in school. Obviously, I was not a runner. But I did shot put and discus a little bit in school for the field aspect of things. But track and field overall, specifically this, because once again, it's like the swimming sprints. It's like 9 seconds of, the Kentucky Derby. It's such a buildup all day long, and the actual race is like 2 minutes long. But during that 2 minutes, it's like, oh my God, the horse I picked is going to win. That's the way this is too. It's like, oh my God, for 9 seconds, every thing in the world completely stops for that 9 seconds while they're racing.
If there were dental Olympics, I would recommend two people to make
Who?
the podium as a team. That would be Dr. Jeff and Dr. Brian over on Grants Mill Road. They are there with Alabama Dental Associates. And let me tell you, they are the best in the business. We got a chance to hang out with Dr. Brian last night where, normally when I see him, he's cleaning my teeth. Last night he was cleaning me out at the poker table because he can play. That guy will go for the gold every single time there. Dr. Brian and Dr. Jeff over on Grants Mill Road. They've got the friendliest staff in town, and they are ready to see you. They're accepting new patients right now and can help you feel at ease about all of your upcoming dental procedures. For more information or to make an appointment, call them at 205-956-8977. That's 956-8977, or visit alabamadental.com. Maybe you've had some sort of nagging tooth pain that you need taken care of and you don't know who to turn to. This is your dental team that you should choose, Dr. Jeff and Dr. Brian, over at Alabama Dental Associates. They look forward to seeing you. It is now time for what is probably going to be the most tense portion of the broadcast today. It's why we do it last. It is the Meltdown Draft. We've done two of these. John won the first one. I won the second one. And we are set to see who wins the third one. The category today is chips.
Woohoo!
John, I think that chips is going to create a lot of controversy because what would you consider a chip?
This could end friendships.
It could
Friendships.
I was going to say the same thing.
Damn.
I think texture is very important when we start talking about the chip aisle and what could be considered a chip and what could be considered a separate form of food. We do have an outside arbitrator to come in, arbiter, I guess.
Yeah.
To come in and decide if one of us is in the wrong with what we're choosing here. But there's a couple things. Chocolate chips, right? Don't try to get cute with it. Chocolate chips is not going to be allowed. Poker chips, not going to be allowed.
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
You're eating poker chips.
We're talking about like potato style chips or, corn starch, corn chips, stuff like that.
Now, one question I have is, are we going to be judging it based purely on taste, texture, or are we going to throw out like, oh, well, this chip manufacturer doesn't put as many in there as these other guys?
I think you have to take it all into account. We're looking at the best possible products, however you define that.
All right.
But you use your own definitions. I'm going to determine the random order right now.
This is one I don't really care to win.
You're talking about the actual...
John's hedging his bets again.
Yeah,
chip list?
No, I mean, I'm not a huge chip eater.
Okay, well, if you win, it'll be the upset of the century. Okay, here we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go. Boom.
Got 5 fingers.
So, first will be Tyler. Second will be Rockstar. Third will be EG. I will be fourth. John, you will be fifth. So, you didn't really care, and you got fifth. You get to double pick first. So, that is going to be the random order. And we are each going to pick 5 chip selections. So there will be 5 rounds here. So everybody be prepared to come up with your ultimate chip list. And the audience will judge which of us has the absolute best. So we're going to start off with Tyler. And here's what I ask. If you can, give a little bit of a reason of why you're choosing what you're choosing first. And then make your official choice and announce exactly what it is. Tyler, what are you going with first?
All right. I'm going with what I think is the GOAT of chips. All right.
Okay.
Nacho cheese Doritos.
Okay.
They are versatile. Have you ever used one to make a hamburger patty before as filler? You haven't, judging based on the looks. It's delicious. You can use it as a taco shell. In fact, out of all the Doritos flavor taco shells, the nacho cheese is the only one that's stuck around. Everything else comes and goes after a month.
Okay.
But nacho cheese will always be there because it is the GOAT. You can bring a bag of nacho cheese Doritos to any party, anywhere, anytime, and it will be appreciated.
Wow. That's some dedication there. Tyler bringing his A game today.
He wrote a speech.
Rocky, give us a little bit of the direction you're going and then make your official pick here in the second spot.
Well, I'm going with versatility, and I hope this doesn't get disqualified because it is on the aisle. I'm going to go with Munchies.
Is there...
Munchies is a bag of, it's got Doritos, it's got Sun Chips, it's got pretzels, it's got Cheetos, all in one bag.
Do we need to turn to...
Yes.
Okay.
Kelsey!
Kelsey's going to be making her way here.
That's no Chex Mix doesn't have chips in it.
I mean, it is like there are sticks and crackers and...
Talk about counting the little pieces of bread or whatever.
There's not pieces of bread in there.
I know, but if we're going to count that as a chip, then it does.
All right, let's get Kelsey on this microphone right here to make an official decision. Are Munchies chips, in your opinion? Would that count as chips? Munchies.
These are Munchies.
I was about to say, I need to see. No.
Those aren't chips?
It's like
There are chips in it, but
It's a
not
variety pack.
chips. That is a mixture.
So that has been overruled by our outside individual, but I mean, you do get the, at least I guess, thank you very much, Kelsey, you will be called back, so don't go too far away.
Then I will go with Cool Ranch Doritos.
Cool Ranch Doritos taking off the board there in the number 2 pick.
Wow.
These are some
I don't have a speech about it, but they're good.
They're no Munchies,
if they put them in a bag of Munchies, which aren't chips, by the way, if y'all check. It's just a bag of stuff.
That's the actual number one pick.
Yep.
Doritos Cool Ranch is what Rockstar's gone with. All right, EG, you're
All right.
on the clock. What are you going with?
I'm going to go with an incredible tortilla chip from a Mexican restaurant. Perfectly salted, perfectly crispy. Not on the aisle, but it is a chip.
Uh-oh.
So this is going to be an issue.
It's
It
very,
needs to
it's
be
very general.
like, once again, it was grocery store.
Yeah, that's like saying potato chip.
It was like grocery store,
You have to be
or it needs to be a
specific.
brand-specific chip. It can't just be your
If you
favorite
said
Mexican restaurant.
if you said a specific Mexican restaurant, then I would accept.
Okay, y'all haven't had these though.
Well, that's not going to do much for the list for you.
She's getting upset.
I mean,
Can I
Well,
get the
that's in two
arbitrator
picks.
in here?
yeah, but I mean, you're going to have to pick a specific type of
Why
chip.
can't I do a Mexican restaurant tortilla chip?
Because every Mexican restaurant's tortilla chips differ wildly.
Some are thin, some are some
A
like
thin,
just,
fine, a thin Mexican restaurant tortilla chip.
for example,
It
what
needs
would
to be tied to a brand or a location or something like that.
Kelsey!
Kelsey!
You can't just pick like all tortilla chips, right?
That's like
We
saying all
could
potato
move
chips.
on if
I
you
mean-
said restaurant style Tostitos.
Yeah, no, that would be fine if you said
We could move
restaurant style
on.
Tostitos.
I mean, but it's. I mean, okay.
No. Kelsey, have you heard the argument here? EG wants to go with all Mexican restaurant tortilla chips, which you got to be specific here.
I disagree. I think a Mexican restaurant style chip is a chip.
Like habanero's Mexican. Habanero's chip differs wildly from
casino? Yeah.
any other restaurant. Mexican chip.
Some are thin, some
I
are.
think she's right.
Just don't put them in a bag of munchies because they don't turn into chips when they turn into munchies.
Also, like if I wanted to say habanero's chip, that takes it off the board without it actually picking my chip.
Yeah.
Because then I can't make
Because-
that
because
anymore,
it's-
'cause she's taking every Mexican
Because
place.
I
But are
thought
you going to fill up the board with every Mexican restaurant style chip on earth? That's a different.
mine is not
draft
the
to
grocery
me.
I'll
aisle.
also say this. I think this also takes Taco Bell off the list. Not that anybody would have chosen that, but like it takes a place like Taco Bell off the list too.
Okay.
Essentially the same kind of chip.
Okay.
So mine is basically the tortilla chip that you get. out-
Tostitos, just say Tostitos. She gets all the dipping chip, like the Tostitos, whatever.
If I get all, well, but then what
because
if-
that's what that is.
all right,
a
Tostitos.
Tostitos.
So, no, this would just be restaurant style Tostitos
Then I'm
chips,
gonna go.
right?
I mean, I
Not
guess.
the bowl, not the
They
little
have
bowls.
different styles.
Not the scoops.
That would keep Scoops on the board.
Scoops is on the board.
All
Good
right,
with a Rotel.
put down just the restaurant. That is once again
It's not. You're making it like you're casting
No.
a really wide net because
because wedding cake versus
No,
That
no.
is the style
The
of
whole
chip.
prompt behind this was it was grocery store chips. Like you pick
Or
up
gas
a bag
station.
of chips.
that was the whole thing: grocery store or gas station.
this is already controversial. Put me down for restaurant style Tostitos.
It's a solid pick.
It is a good.
It was
I
on
mean, I
mine
like
too.
them.
I have an EG text here. Tomorrow's Meltdown draft topic is best brands, flavors, styles of chips. Like
Styles of chips.
styles.
Like, hold on. Like edible chips you could find at a gas station or grocery store. Everyone is
I
now
don't
aware this will be
understand
the
how we're
draft topic.
discriminating from the number one chip dealer, which are Mexican restaurants.
I think
Because they don't sell
even
bags
based
of
on
them.
our conversation earlier about the rules for this, that this qualifies as a chip.
Can you find it in a grocery store or a gas station? Mexican restaurant chips.
No, but we.
Restaurant
But,
style.
Now,
Yes.
I feel like you could find a specific brand like
On the
oh,
border.
This place is so big,
Yeah.
they could potentially
On the
sell
border.
it.
On the
Like,
border, yeah.
I don't like those chips.
That would count. That would absolutely
I
count.
don't. No, I don't like those chips. I don't like them.
But that is just a Mexican place's chips. Where if you just said Mexican place's chips on the border that you find at the store, I assume you would take it off the list.
In my opinion, a store-bought Tostitos corn chip is much different than a Mexican restaurant chip.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's just not the draft. Because I do think
It is the
that
draft based on the
like a
conversation
fresh
earlier.
tortilla chip from a restaurant is
Very
better.
different, just like every potato chip is very different.
See, John and I disagree very passionately on almost every competition, and I'm fully in John's camp here.
So yeah, I was going to say, if I just said I got a Mexican style chip coming in, do you think you would be satisfied with what came in? Because you're generalizing.
Yeah,
They're all
because if it's from a Mexican
Well, so
restaurant,
if I just said
They're all
any
different,
potato
though.
chip,
a
then-
fresh.
some of them are really thick, some of them are really thin,
Yeah.
some of them are
I'm with
very
you.
crispy. Yeah, hint of lime.
Hint of
Some are
lime
really
Tostitos.
salty. Every restaurant has a
if
different
we
style.
go to 5 different Mexican restaurants, they're going to have 5 different types of chips
Yeah.
today.
Right, but I guess my point
The
is
ingredients
no
are
one
the
is
same,
going
Tim.
to put 5 different styles of the Mexican restaurant chips on. Like you're not maybe,
Yes, that's possible.
You don't know
but
that.
they're
That's
not. at the
very
gro-
possible. Very possible.
I thought I was in charge.
Yeah.
You're definitely you have an authority power to you for sure.
You know,
Are you talking against us now, John?
Oh,
just to play into these awful, strange rules
Tostitos.
where our arbitrator doesn't even count.
No, it's not that she doesn't count. It's that I think that
She
y'all
doesn't
are
count this round.
outnumbered.
Last round, she was
No,
totally
I think y'all
right.
are outnumbered.
The one, a bag of chips that contains chips is not chips.
Am I correct that it's 4-2 right now is the vote?
Is this a democracy now? Since when?
if it's democracy, we all should all vote on Munchies then.
Yeah, we should vote on Munchies.
All no for
I can't
all
believe
no
this.
For Munchies.
I cannot believe this is already broken this
Hold on,
early
let's
into the
vote.
round.
All that vote no on Munchies.
No, I ruled.
I vote no on Munchies.
I vote no on Munchies.
I thought,
Also vote no on Munchies, but I
Okay, well then Munchies won the vote.
yeah.
Thank you, Tyler.
So what are we?
So we're gonna let
Confused.
The
Hold on,
fifth vote
hold on.
because the person who's doing it can't vote.
Okay,
So she's the fifth vote. So if she makes a ruling,
Now
we
you're
all
changing the
disagree.
rules.
If you make a ruling, we all
Now it's the
disagree.
Supreme Court.
We can take it to a vote, a 5-person vote. EG can't vote because it's her choice, but then everybody else can vote.
okay.
I apologize. I think you were correct.
Thank you.
So you think
But I
very
know.
passionately she should take all Mexican restaurant chips, no matter their difference in
What if it
variety,
said-
That is a type
off the
of
board?
chip.
What if Tim's next choice is potato chip?
They're all potato chips.
Not-
Like-
not
No,
tortilla
no.
chips.
Tortilla
well, no,
chips. and
but
potato
you're,
chips.
you're not going to get a potato, like, for example,
You go to
there
a
are,
restaurant and get potato
if you
chips.
Kettle
said
cooked.
Plain potato chips, I would think of.
Here,
plain
here's all I
potato
want to
chips.
say. I said in the text to you.
but the conversation we had this morning.
We elaborated on that. Conversation.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? What specifically are you talking about?
When you came in, arbitrator, please speak on my behalf.
I'm ready.
Well, the
Gas?
three of us
Yeah.
had a conversation, and we elaborated and said it does not necessarily have to be qualified by what is in the chip aisle, because there are things in the chip aisle that do not qualify.
And
Remember?
Like
And I
Munchies.
said-
Wait, if I say, okay, plain potato chips, does that take off Lay's potato chip, Utz potato chips, Uncle
No.
Ray's potato chips? They're just plain potato chips. They're just different kinds of different potato.
But then
plain
you have
potato chips,
kettle
just like-
cooked, you have baked.
Okay, but
I'm
how about
saying
this?
just
How about
normal
this?
potato
What if
chips.
Then I think yes. You're not saying.
I think you should have to say
you're gonna get
Lay's
like
potato
Lay's
chips.
potato chips.
so?
I
What
think you
if?
should pick Lay's potato
What
chips.
if my
That's what it
specifically
is,
my
not
next
just-
selection? Let's say my next selection is El Poblano's tortilla chips. She's already taken Mexican chips. Can I not pick that? If I have a
Depends
specific
on
Mexican
which
restaurant,
ruling we go with here,
Yeah.
right?
You
It
could not pick
depends
that
on
if
what's
that-
fair.
if that
Yeah.
passes, okay.
Yeah.
Arbiter.
Kelsey, I'm
That's
gonna.
exactly why I think it should count.
Yeah, it's just, I got it.
But it eliminates a lot of potential choices if you do that.
Exactly. Isn't that the point?
I'm number 3. I got it.
Doritos Nacho Cheese, Doritos Cool Ranch eliminates one chip.
It's like we're doing a
So,
football
so-
draft and you picked a quarterback. Which one? All of them.
all of them.
Yeah. They're all good.
No, I'm not saying that your tactic wouldn't help win you the game. It certainly would. I just don't think it's within the boundaries of what we're all agreeing that this draft is. I think it does cover too wide of an area that destroys the
I think
good nature of the draft.
I think now that because it's happened for the first two, I feel like everything moving forward should be a brand
Yes.
and flavor.
Yes.
Brand, that would probably solve a lot of
That
issues
would- yeah.
because I got screwed over on wedding
that
cake.
wasn't the rule, though.
I'm saying
Slash vanilla cake.
I'm trying to make the executive decision of changing to it has to be a brand and a flavor.
I mean, are we gonna do? We could do it right now and just change over everything. Did that screw everyone up though?
No, I'm
Well,
still
no,
fine.
it's already been done
I
for the
think if
first
you
two,
do it at
so
this point, yeah.
Okay, so then
that's why we need to do it now before we get out of hand anymore.
I will take. But let the record show once again, my choice is right.
Let me
Let the
for
record
the
show.
record show. I've got it in writing. Gas station or supermarket.
Last time I sat in this chair and did this, I was absolutely villainized for vanilla cake.
I know. I get that you're not over that. Okay, I get that you're not over that. But we are moving forward to where you're pushing the limits, I think, of what is acceptable in the draft.
I just want to know how there was apparently a conversation this morning expanding what we could pick, but
was-
only one person has done that.
Here was, I think,
Everybody else stuck with the original rules of
There wasn't any
brand
rules.
chip.
I just
here was the gist of it, right? Does it have to
Wait,
be
no,
on the
arbitrator.
chip aisle to count as a chip. And
Now,
I was like,
my brand flavor debate takes munchies out because there's different kinds of chips in there. So like it also eliminates something like a variety. I don't know that there are those, but like there's some like Cheez-Its does, and I know we're not counting Cheez-Its, but like there's 2 flavors in one bag. It also means you can't do something like that.
As well as the Cheez-It snack mix.
It has to be like one specific brand.
brand flavor style. Brand flavor style. Those
Kelsey?
need to be the things.
Now with Tostitos, you do Tostitos tortilla, but then scoops restaurant style
Yeah.
because those.
So those are all
that goes
separate.
into
I could
style,
do a
yeah.
whole 5 list of tortilla scoops or tortilla thin and crispy.
You could.
You could.
Scoops are different.
Pen of lime.
You could.
No, those are different chips. I mean, you could do those differently.
Yeah, they're packaged differently.
Cantina
They're
style?
sold differently.
So,
But if you
Kelsey,
say
what
tortilla,
is your
then it comes
final
with
word?
sauce.
What?
I
Also doesn't
think,
count.
for the goodness of our relationship, we need to establish new rules that say brand has to be and flavor has to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was assumed to be a part of it after saying it needs to be sold in a grocery store or a gas station. What happens in those locations?
I could find a gas station that sells homemade tortilla chips,
Absolutely, you can.
but I will not go there. And I will go with the Tostitos restaurant style.
Yeah, I haven't gone yet.
Okay. Restaurant style Tostitos is what EG is going with. She's a big fan.
Man, I said that like 20 minutes ago.
Well, guys,
You and they're like, oh, good choice, good choice. And all that discussion.
I will not apologize for being right 2 weeks in a row.
I just don't think you are. I feel very passionately you're not.
You put me
Okay.
in charge, and I said she is, just to be clear.
I unfortunately you're wrong too, Kelsey. I don't know how else to say it.
I disagree.
Arbiter's wrong.
That's
You have an arbiter on the arbiter?
So, what is our decision on munchies?
Munchies
No,
is not
it's-
not a chip. Okay,
See,
give me
maybe I'm confused on what munchies are, but
Yeah.
I said no because it was like a variety pack.
it's a variety pack with a bunch of things that aren't
Yeah.
chips.
In there, but it is a variety pack.
Oh,
But
yeah.
does it
Okay.
have like Doritos in it? Isn't that
It
kind of
also
what the
has
chip
pretzels
is?
in it. But like,
Chips and
So-
pretzels and Cheetos and Doritos.
do munchies have nacho cheese chips in them?
Nacho cheese, the Doritos. It's like actual nacho cheese Doritos.
That also would eliminate it, I would say. Well, I mean, am I not right?
I'm gonna make this
Yes.
real quick.
If that's the chip that's in there.
Give me Lay's original. I mean, it should have been the #1 overall pick in my opinion. Lay's original potato chips. Lay's original potato chips.
Yellow bag.
Yes, the big yellow bag that everyone's
Classic.
aware of.
We call it the old classic.
Correct.
Lay's classic.
Lay's classic. By the way, the music died and it sounds way more tense in here. I'm gonna bring the music back.
Okay.
This is how competitive
Anyway,
we
how
are.
are
We
people?
can't,
How's everybody
I know.
doing?
can't agree on brands. Which, by the way, John's been very much clearly in the side of like it needs to be a specific chip, and yet I'm catching all the heat, and I just want to point that out. I'm getting all the looks, so I don't know what it is that you've Jedi mind tricked into, but you're on the right side of history on this one. Which one are you going with for your first pick of the first round?
All right, so my first pick of the first round is probably my favorite behind Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch would have easily been the #1 draft pick if I was #1. But this is a smaller brand that I feel like we are very much located in Alabama. Therefore,
Dang it.
they will typically, the people will typically
Just
be
go
on my
ahead and
side.
write it. We know
And
where
that
you're
is
going.
Golden Flake Sweet Heat Barbecue.
Yeah,
Golden Flake moved away, didn't they? Yeah,
they did.
I know. It's definitely got the tie, but
Yeah,
I just don't feel as much of.
I knew that one was disappearing.
Yeah,
Dang.
it's a very strong choice. Very strong choice.
Alrighty. You want to go ahead and give us your second pick as well?
Second pick.
We got a Lay's. Lay's sour cream and onion.
Good pick.
Okay, you can. I'm gonna go here in the #2 spot with. Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna think. Talk about Lay's sour cream and onion. Why you chose it, there, John?
Well, Lay's does make an overall good chip. That's why they're the main potato chip brand out there. But sour cream and onion, really solid choice. I like it much better. Even though the classic Lay's is the classic Lay's, their flavored chips are much better, and I gravitate towards sour cream and onion.
Okay, I am going to go with Cheetos in the #2 spot. of my choice here.
So-
Cheetos.
Does this take out every variety of Cheeto, or are we talking strictly puffy?
Crunchy?
Well, this would be the crunchy Cheetos that are. Yeah, crunchy Cheetos. That's what I need to say.
Crunchy original is what we're going with.
Crunchy Cheetos.
All right, I'm going to go with Lay's barbecue chips.
It's a good pick.
Very solid choice. Used to be called KC Masterpiece, but then they just changed it to Lay's Barbecue. EG does not give a damn. All right.
I will go with
This is the way she...
Pringles Original.
Oh, a can selection.
Tennis ball can.
It's a very solid choice.
Ew.
Don't make a Ryan Brown joke.
Tyler, 2 picks.
All right, so I got 2 picks. One, it's not as big of a brand as your Lay's, your Doritos, but it holds its own. These chips are packed with flavor. It's the Zapp's Voodoo Chip.
Very intense.
Very.
And then after that, see, I've got a nacho cheese. I am going to go with the better version of Cheetos, the one that you can find in high schools all across America. It's the Flamin' Hot. Flamin' Hot
Going with
Crunch.
the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
If you've ever seen somebody walk the mile in PE, they're eating a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, enjoying every minute of it.
Regretting it later.
Oh, absolutely. But that little 20 minutes is great.
I will go with Sun Chips Original.
Oh, not a bad one.
What are the original flavor? I've only had the cheddar and the garden salsa.
Dark salsa, harvest cheddar.
I-
There's onion.
I'm going to go
Never
with
had 'em.
kettle cooked Lay's.
Original kettle cooked flavor, or
I'm gonna go original.
alrighty.
All right. I am going with cheddar and sour cream ruffles.
It's a good pick. Wavy chips.
Yes.
Extra surface area for dip.
I feel like it's going to be very tough to vote on these because they're all very strong in my opinion.
All right, John,
All right.
you get 2 picks.
I was between cheddar, sour cream, Ruffles, and sour cream and onion Lay's. So I was hoping I was going to get both of them. All right. I feel like this one's a little more off the beaten path. But I'm going to go first with... I'm going to go with Miss Vicky's barbecue
Ooh.
chips.
It's a solid choice. I thought it was MISS, but I could be completely wrong. You guys ever throw the Miss Vicky's onto the sandwich?
MISS. I have not.
It's a good move.
All right, so Miss Vicky's barbecue, and then I'm going with... I gotta see what the exact flavor is. Hold on. Sorry.
No, make sure you get it right.
Since we're being very specific here, I gotta make sure. Well, there we go. All right. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to do this.
Wow.
All that work.
What we got? This is your fourth pick.
And for someone who said they really weren't into this,
Yeah,
John's putting forth a very strong
he's
effort.
toiling over these decisions.
He knows he's got a chance.
We got a variety of Fritos. What kind will it be? Chili cheese Fritos.
Oh,
Those are solid.
Whole Frito pie, but in a chip.
pretty good. I like those.
Okay. It's a very crucial make or break moment. I want Andy Capp's hot fries in my fourth pick.
Okay. Well, the last one already did get picked by Tim. Uh-huh.
Andy Capp's hot fries.
All right. Andy Capp's hot fries.
All right, I'm going with the jalapeno chips I was eating today. So I guess it's another kettle
That
cook.
is jalapeno Jimmy chips.
I don't really want the Jimmy John's version. You know what? I'm
Oh,
gonna.
those are pretty good.
I know, but no one really craves those. It's not going to count for the list as a whole.
All right.
Actually, Talkies.
Dang, I had those on my list, EG.
Talkies.
Yeah,
Normal Talkies.
they're good. Those are also high schools across America giving
You just took you
kids
the Takis.
stomach ulcers everywhere. Huh?
EG took you the Takis.
Rocky's next pick is Cape Cod kettle chips.
Oh, wow. That's solid.
It's a good pick. Yep, he did not specify, so I assume he just means the original.
Tyler, final 2 picks.
All right, I've got 2 picks of the draft left. You mentioned the Miss Vicky's barbecue. I think the superior version of that is the Miss Vicky's kettle cooked jalapeno.
Oh.
Yep,
Dang.
that is a banger of a chip. And then, final pick of the draft. Jalepe.
Yeah. No, that's right.
JLA.
Yeah, holla. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Holla.
No, I'm gonna go for variety here. I've already got a couple spicy options, so we're gonna go with oven baked barbecue Lay's.
Oh, did you oven baked?
Yep,
Did you do original? Barbecue.
oven baked barbecue.
All right, Rocky's final.
So let's see what else is on Rockstar's list.
I mean, these are all really solid lists.
I'm struggling to read his handwriting. Sorry. Do goldfish count, or that's a cracker, right?
It's a cracker.
Let's do
All right, he had goldfish at the top of his list.
If we were doing best crackers list, Rockstar would dominate us because he's all in the cracker game.
Can we just give him a whatever when we don't pick?
Why don't you just call him? Just be like, hey, what does this say?
Oh, he's got Ruffles Originals in there.
There we go.
Boom.
Perfect.
Done.
Shoot, I just lost mine.
Was that yours, Ruffles Original?
No, it was. I had what I was gonna say and I just forgot it.
I'll throw out my honorable mention since none of y'all are gonna pick it.
Oh, no.
You don't know.
Not until after.
Okay,
After you can do
okay,
it.
fair enough.
Okay. My
I'm taking that.
I
my
promise you, none
round
of you
out
will.
one is I've got Tostitos, I've got Lay's barbecue, kettle cooked, Talkies, I'm gonna go oven baked Lay's original.
All right, Tim, what's your final pick of the chip draft?
I'm stuck between 3.
Oh shoot! I just remembered mine. Dang it.
Man, I do like the idea of having some variety here. I've got to go with...
Also, remember that a lack of variety is what helped you out in the dessert draft.
I won that one.
That was you.
I
Yeah,
had a lot of variety.
had a lot of variety. That's where I'm struggling here because I can go one of 2 ways. I'm going to go barbecue Pringles is what I'm going to go with. Barbecue Pringles for my final choice.
Not bad.
Not my favorite Pringles flavor, but it's a good one. It's a good one. You going with a specific kind of barbecue? Because they make like 3 or 4 different
They do.
variations.
They make
of
a
it.
bunch, but I'm just going with their standard barbecue Pringles.
I ain't picking that, so you can just leave it. All right, I gotta go back to my list since I'm last here to try and.
I feel like these are all what I like and not really thinking about what other people like.
Yeah, see, like I'm pretty standard in my
You're
chips.
complaining about last, but I think you've got a solid list so far.
Lots
are-
of flavor.
Yeah.
No, I think that
You stole Golden Flake Sweet Heat from me.
Never had
Everybody
those.
loves Miss Vicky's. And Fritos chili cheese are classic.
everybody watching it is going to be up to you to vote after this on the list, ranking them 1 through 5. Whose you like the most, all the way down to whose you like the least. We're going to have a chance to go through our list one more time.
The last pick in the draft, picking Mr. Irrelevant is tough. Because every chip in the world is now available and can't be stolen from you, so you have to make the right choice.
That's correct. There's a lot of pressure.
Just gonna go with some Walker's Crisps from the UK.
Something that's gonna.
Some Monster Munch.
Was that your honorable mention?
No, it's a British chip. You can't even buy it here.
There's this one chip I had in China
Right,
that was
exactly.
very good. That y'all don't know her. She goes to another school. Okay, let me make sure I get the brand right.
Daniel says some UK prawn and onion flavor chips. Is that what you're gonna go with?
I don't know if I've ever seen these here though. I always get these when I go to Florida.
Tim, what happened to him not caring about this draft?
He now knows he has a chance to win it.
You've put me in this position now.
He now knows he has a chance to win. And whenever John has a chance to win anything, he's going to care. I hate to call clock, but
I mean, I think it's been passed. There hadn't been.
I have one, but I'm trying to.
Kelsey. No,
This is definitely the longest we've gone on one turn without having
You know
to
what?
call
I'm
an
not holding
arbitration
the rest of y'all
session.
back because y'all can't go anymore. I just don't like the last one I had on my list. I don't think y'all would like.
Well, that sounds like a better option than what you got up there right now.
Oh, marker's coming out. No, we're gonna get a copyright strike. There you go. Way to fix it. My gosh.
Here we go.
He's getting up.
Thank goodness.
He says he's going with the safe pick.
Oh, we've got marker to board.
Every Mexican
Shut up.
restaurant.
Stop.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Chip.
Cheetos Puffs. Okay.
It's a great answer.
Solid.
That was one of my three I was debating with Pringles, but I already had the Cheetos Crunchy, so I wasn't gonna go Cheetos Puffs as well. Okay, we now have a chance to talk about our list minus Rockstar, but we will inform you of what his list is. We're going to get a shot on the list here, and we're going to start off in order with Tyler telling us why his list is the best, unless you want to pull the honest thing and say that your list is not the best. It's completely up to you how you want to play it.
Oh, no. Unlike last week, I think I've got the best list
Okay,
here.
tell me why.
Wow.
Hands down.
Tell me why.
Doritos Nacho Cheese, very versatile chip. Like I said, it's a crowd pleaser. You're not going wrong if you bring it to a party. Zaps, it's a little more niche. It's got a lot more flavor. You got the kettle cooked texture, and that can be a little divisive. But for everyone who's tried a Zaps Voodoo chip, you know how good they are, and you know
They make your car smell like vinegar.
they do that. You're not wrong. Number 3 on the list, Cheetos Flamin' Hot. You gotta have a spicy snack in there. You gotta get a little heat, a little spice in your life. And Cheetos Flamin' Hot is the perfect way to do that, a whole bag at a time. Miss Vicky's jalapeno kettle cooked chips. We already know kettle cooked texture is superior. Jalapeno chips, always great. And Miss Vicky's, they're great by themselves. On the sandwich, they're amazing. And to wrap it up, you got oven baked barbecue Lays. Just deliciousness in every bite. Perfect flat texture. Break right off.
All right, list number 2 is Rocky's. He went with Doritos Cool Ranch, Pringles Original, Sun Chips Original, Cape Cod Kettle Chips, and Ruffles Original. Those were the 5 choices of Rocky, who's not able to defend
flavors.
his list, but you heard him.
He's a very plain eater, so yeah, I can get that.
EG.
All right, let's do it. We were starting off with the classics. My list was made up of the classics. Tostitos, restaurant style. You can use that in a variety of ways. You're having sheet pan nachos. You're eating some salsa, some guacamole. It's just a classic. Lay's barbecue. It's excellent. Peak summertime chip. Kettle cooked Lay's original. You can't go wrong. Pick it up at the gas station, at the grocery store. Takis plain. I added some flavor there. Very good. It's better to eat those in moderation, I would say. And then Baked Lay's Original is my personal favorite. You could say that my list is bland. I think that's just the classics where you can't really go wrong with them.
Speaking of not being able to go wrong with a chip, that's how I started this thing off. The fact that Lay's classic potato chips was right there for the taking. Yeah, is it the sexy pick? Maybe not, but it is the one that is a part of our lives from start to finish. It is the one that's right there, that comforting yellow bag that needs to be celebrated, and it is a top-tier pick for sure. Following that with Crunchy Cheetos. How is Cheetos still on the board at that point? I'll tell you how, because John had a double pick, and he decided not to go with Cheetos Crunchy. They are beloved by so many different people, and Cheetos Crunchy should definitely be in consideration
Not as
for
much as Flamin' Hot.
top-tier Cheeto. It's not nearly as divisive as the Flaming Hot. We also have the Ruffles cheddar and sour cream. Come on now, that blue and orange and white bag staring at you through the vending machine while you're looking at your reflection wondering, am I going to make this choice today? Of course you are. You love yourself, don't you? You're going to pick this. It is in slot D3, and it's coming out in the bottom there for me to enjoy. Ruffles cheddar and sour cream. We also have those Andy Caps hot fries. This was, I think, the steal of the draft. There were numerous people who wanted Andy Caps hot fries, and I was able to snag it, and I'll tell you why. It is awesome. If you want to replace that Cheeto Flamin' Hot sort of feel that you feel like is missing from my Cheetos, blend it with some Andy Caps hot fries and you will not be disappointed. They make me sweat. They make me cry. Tears of joy. Andy Caps hot fries. And finally, barbecue Pringles. I think the superior Pringle of all Pringles. Barbecue chips are the most popular flavor of all chips, and Pringles delivers a wonderful barbecue chip. Try it for yourself if you aren't a believer. I've got a very strong list there with Lay's, Classic, Cheetos Crunchy, Ruffles Cheddar and Sour Cream, Andy Caps Hot Fries, and barbecue Pringles, and I'm proud of my list. John, I know you're proud of your list.
I'm very proud of my list. To have gone 5th, I got the best. Now, when you go into a gas station and say, I'm going to get a bag of chips and something to drink, do any of you actually buy nacho cheese chips for
No,
Doritos?
it's too messy.
No.
Yes.
Do any of you buy just plain old tortilla chips?
Yes.
No.
Nope.
I do.
Do any of y'all buy just plain old Lay's? No.
I buy barbecue.
You buy barbecue, which was not taken, but you know what? Golden Flake. Why don't we go to a brand headquartered and created right here in our very own Birmingham, Alabama? Don't
Because
say
after they moved out, the chips went downhill.
still headquartered in Birmingham, according to online. And don't take my word for it. Take one, Paul Bear Bryant, who said Golden Flake
my
and a
goodness.
Coke. Great pair, says the bear. So that is the easy choice. The only Golden Flake chip up there, and it is the best version, the sweet heat barbecue, because not only is it barbecue, but it has just a little sweetness and a little heat to it to really make it go over the top. Then, hey, sour cream and onion. Did any other sour cream and onion get picked up there except for the cheddar and sour cream? I don't think any other sour cream and onion, because Lay's are the best sour cream and onion chips, and they were an easy choice to put up there, because when you do go in, you buy barbecue or sour cream and onion chips instead of anything else. And Cool Ranch. I'll give Cool Ranch credit for that. Miss Vicky's Barbecue, when you go to any sub place, for the most part, you can get Miss Vicky's. I discovered them at Quiznos. You can get them at Jimmy John's. That's the main chip they serve there. Miss Vicky's, their kettle-cooked barbecue chips are incredible flavor. The seasoning, the way the chip is done, everything about it is really, really good. Fritos. I think I had the only Fritos on the entire list. I mean, Fritos are great for dipping. They're great for a lot of things if you want a good corn chip. But the chili cheese, just imagine a nice Frito pie where you have the Fritos with the chili and cheese on it. Put it all in a chip that you can just get it straight out of a bag and enjoy it. And then when it comes to Cheetos, the Puffs are the best. The way they just almost dissolve in your mouth when you bite into them. Much better than the Crunchy, and you don't want to burn yourself with the Flamin' Hot, which are also crunchy as well. You just want the nice Cheetos Puffs. Nice and easy to eat, easy on the palate. And, my list, by far, I have the local flair. I have the national flair. I have the national but not as mainstream flair. I've got it all. I have variety. I don't have any of the same brands, even though some of them are owned by the same company. And I only have one repeat with 2 barbecues, but one's sweet barbecue and one's normal barbecue. So for variety, you're not going to find a list better than mine.
Wow.
Still don't think those Golden Flake sweet heat barbecue chips are being produced here in Birmingham. So if you're looking to play that local flavor,
company is still Birmingham. Headquarters, Birmingham, Alabama.
They don't make them here, though, and that's the point. It tastes a lot different
They don't
than
make any
when
of
we
y'all's
all
chips
went
here
to the
either.
Golden Flake factory as a kid, and I know that's the taste we're all after.
that snack factory,
created
factory
here.
has closed.
It was created
Don't be
here.
trying to play the hometown cheap pop card. That's all I'm saying.
Where's
but
it created?
I feel like you have a
Birmingham,
very
Alabama.
strong list for sure, and it is now time for everybody to vote.
Cast
Bear
your
Bryant
votes,
said it,
people.
not me.
We are asking for you,
You
to
said
vote.
it when the chips were different.
We
Bear
want you
Bryant said
to
it.
rank these, and you can put the numbers that correspond. Tyler's number 1, Rocky's number 2, EG's number 3, I'm number 4, John's number 5. Rank them from best to worst, and I know that this is tough because there are a lot of things you love, but if you're being given, basically, a gift basket with these 5 sets of chips in them, which gift basket do you want first, second, third, fourth, and fifth? It's sort of the best way to wrap your head around this, and we will accept your votes. Nick has come in early here saying Rocky wins this thing with me in second and John in third, EG in fourth, Tyler in fifth. James has John first, me second, Tyler third, Rocky fourth, EG last.
Wow.
Josh, another vote for Rocky winning this thing with John in second, and then EG in third, me in fourth, and Tyler in fifth.
This is crazy.
The votes are coming in. We have a vote for EG from Hunter.
Woo!
EG in first place there, Tyler in second, me in third, Rocky in last, actually, John in fourth on that list from Hunter. Right now, just from eyeballing this thing, Rocky is currently
leading.
Well, I mean,
I don't know,
if you
leading,
average
But
it out.
Daniel also said that my list as well as EG's list are top tier. So we haven't seen an official ranking.
He hasn't
but
voted
We're
yet.
going to get
so.
those official rankings in. But right now, the most first place votes goes to Rocky, but also like Daniel's killing Rocky's average here as well by putting him absolutely last. Very divisive.
Putting me in first. Let's
And
go,
that is
Daniel.
three.
Let's go.
That is correct. So we are going to...
Are we going to average this, or how are we going to do this?
We're going to average this, and we're going to accept any votes that come in over the next 22.5 hours
Okay.
in the comment section
All right.
that are certifiably, Meltdown listeners and not just a bunch of spam bots or something, E.G. I know how you operate, okay? You tried to go with every Mexican restaurant chip of all time ever and thought that was a fair play.
never-
We're going to see a bunch of people from Statesboro in the comments.
Hey,
Unfortunately, with the rules of the
Not a bad
draft is
idea.
I'm going to have to actually go through and make 24 rules before we get to the draft, so that way we are all
we
on
just
the
have
same
ambitious
page.
competitors.
Ambition is fine, but you know that you're pushing the limits of the draft there. With
I just
that.
hope somebody comes out in the NFL drafts and says, I want all the offensive linemen.
Exactly. That would justify it.
just-
That
And
wouldn't-
then
All the
Roger
number
Goodell has
one
to be like,
recruits.
well, it's not in the actual rules. And Goodell's like, I mean, you're technically right. So I guess
Every
you get them
chip
all.
from Mexico ever, it's like, whoa, that's a really
Yeah.
big pick. Okay.
And I would like to point out that no one did any more corn-style tortilla chips.
All right.
I thought about going with the Santitas, but
This is the last call for any votes to get in here, and then we will get John to average those out, and we will have a winner to announce tomorrow, so that way we keep the voting window open for all of you in the comment section that are watching this post-draft. The live votes definitely get counted along with those votes that you leave in the comment section. And Tyler will put down a helpful reminder later on in the day in the comment section to make sure you vote for your favorite chips, and that always
Let's do
helps
it.
drum up even more
yes,
votes
I will.
there.
And if you want to make it super easy for us to tabulate all the votes, just reply to my comment after the show.
That works perfectly. All right, John, another easy thing that you can do is sign up over at our title sponsor. That's MyBookie.
Go to mybookie.ag. Promo code next round. You see it in the corner always right there. Jeff, Golden Flake Sweet Heat was number one for me. Don't forget that. So go vote for me. Mybookie.ag. Promo code next round. You can get a first deposit bonus on us. You can play in the sportsbook, play in the casino, play in the live casino as well. Go to mybookie.ag. Promo code next round.
All right, that is going to do it for us here on The Meltdown. We appreciate everybody being a part of the show today. We also have Meltdown Triple Threat Trivia tomorrow. It should be a fun one, as we are going to have someone as a number one contender for the World Championship coming out of that fight tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing who that is. Once again, thank you for being a part of the live chat, and thank you for being a part of Meltdonia. We really do appreciate all of your support. We've gotten over 100,000 views on the channel thanks to you and your eyeballs, and we really appreciate you spreading the word about the Meltdown. Make sure you like and subscribe.